but that's up to the test. It's actually hard to know when you put it online and you start checking who uses it and how. So that's what we're trying to do.
Are
See
you
how
running
people
some kind
are.
of web analytics?
Yeah, I'm doing web analytics, so we're trying to engage people, like, who would read the news about December when we make the papers is an interesting thing. And who would somehow comment or provide some feedback. This is the most difficult one, really. Because we've been running some surveys and the number of people who agree to take part is, of course, 100 maybe. There's 800 people who could potentially see that.
People who are willing.
The people who are willing, yeah. The people who are willing. And they are not scholars usually, because scholars know how to communicate to us, like an email. And this is really very interesting. I think this is expecting some sort of scholarly analysis. There's different ways of engaging different people for different sort of projects. Especially with the development of social media, we should not lose this, because otherwise it's immediately taken by people who have no scholarly training and a very vague idea about how to write something which is not only accessible, but basically correct in the historical sense. This is that, like all this anti-Stratfordian, anti-Shakespearean. So this obviously illustrates the difference between the objectives, like projects like yours and projects like ours. Yes, they use the text for comparative analysis. Like I can give students an assignment to compare one scene or act from different texts. And they use like Shakespeare's contemporaries for biographical information. We know these people trust these people, so what they wrote about this author is possibly historically acceptable, so accurate, yes. And they send in suggestions. Oh, this is really interesting. So sometimes we get a suggestion from the first night of review or different method, and they say, you got a mistake in your piece of news. Like, I wrote a piece of news about the excavations of the Curtain Theatre, and I provided the slightly wrong explanation, it's not fully wrong, but some of the details are not yet right, of the curtain as a term of fortification. And I got an email from a person I barely knew, and I said, you don't understand what the curtain is, was writing it in Russian, of course. He said, it should have been built in this shape and attached to the city walls thus. Okay, I checked it, of course, since I didn't know this person, but he was right. He turned out to be completely right. Yeah, we're finishing.
Okay. Have to go because
Okay, locking the
One
room.
of these, if you have any left.
Yeah, this is the information about the upcoming Moscow Shakespeare conference.
Okay.
And it's very short.